what kind of a woman you really are.
Too bad, but I can't give out samples.
Think you know everything about Hollywood's golden age? Sure, the silver screen was dazzling, but what about the stars whose off-screen lives were far more scandalous than their on-screen roles? Have you ever wondered which legendary icons made headlines for their wild desires instead of their talents? Let's pull back the velvet curtain to reveal the 20 worst old rusty nymphomaniacs from the Hollywood Golden Age. Number 20, Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford didn't just rely on her acting skills to go up the Hollywood ladder, but she is also known for her calculating relationships that allegedly formed romantic ties with powerful figures like MGM's Louis B. Mayer. But were these relationships purely strategic, or did they also fulfill personal desires? And the story doesn't end there. There were countless rumors of her bisexual affairs with actresses like Barbara Stanwyck and Marilyn Monroe, which only deepened the curiosity about her private life. Crawford's 4 marriages and countless affairs added fuel to the fire, making her both a star and a mystery. As we leave Crawford's complicated world behind, one can't help but wonder, was her dominant public persona a shield for the emotional chaos beneath? Thoughtful, right? Well, if you think that was twisted, then you ain't ready for the next story. Number 19, Ava Gardner. Unlike Crawford, Ava Gardner embraced her desires quite openly. Her fiery relationship with Frank Sinatra always was in the headlines. But did you know that she also had affairs with bullfighters during her time in Spain? Ava Gardner is known for her wild spirit. She famously said she liked her whiskey old and her men young. While Hollywood expected women to be reserved, Ava Gardner shattered those rules with her bold approach to life. Her adventures often ended in chaos, but was that what she secretly craved, the thrill of danger? God knows. Just when you thought you'd seen it all, wait until you hear what happened next. Number 18, Lana Turner. If Gardner sought adventure, well, Lana Turner seemed drawn to some danger. Her love life was filled with younger men and dramatic headlines, but nothing shocked the public more than the tragic end of her relationship with mobster Johnny Stompanato.
If there's one thing I approve of, baby, it's you.
You know something, Tom? I'm hungry. I'm always hungry. What time is breakfast?
Flora will have it ready for us as soon as we get back from the lake.
But here comes the twist. During a violent argument, Turner's teenage daughter stabbed Stompanato, claiming she was protecting her mother. This incident forever blurred the line between Turner's glamorous image and the harsh realities of her personal life. Did Turner's romantic choices reflect a search for love or a pattern of emotional turmoil? Number 17, Tallulah Bankhead. Tallulah Bankhead wasn't one to hide behind Hollywood's carefully crafted facades, but she was openly bisexual, and she hosted wild parties and had rumored affairs with stars like Greta Garbo and Marlene Dietrich. Her refusal to conform made her both admired and criticized. In an age when most stars hid their true selves, Bankhead lived out pretty loud. Did society's judgment bother her? Well, not at all.
Listen, how come you know the lingo so well? And how come when I climbed into this lifeboat, you were the only one in it, all dressed up like you knew you were going someplace?
I was going someplace. I was going into a lifeboat. What is this? Are you insinuating?
You seem pretty anxious to stand up for your friend here.
What do you mean, my friend?
Bankhead's legacy is one of fearless authenticity, a rare trait in an industry obsessed with appearances. Do you think this was bold? Well, wait until you meet the next star, who took scandal to a whole new level. Number 16, Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe's relationships were marked by a series of tumultuous marriages and high-profile affairs that reflected her deep desire for love and stability. Her first marriage at 16 years old to James Dougherty ended in divorce only after 4 years, largely due to her burgeoning career and their emotional disconnect. Monroe famously described their union as lacking happiness, stating, "I was dying of boredom." Her second marriage to baseball legend Joe DiMaggio in 1954 was intensely passionate, yet fraught with conflict. DiMaggio struggled with Monroe's fame and public persona, particularly after the iconic scene from The 7-Year Itch, where her skirt billowed up.
Oh, do you feel the breeze from the subway? Isn't it delicious?
Their marriage lasted just 9 months, but they maintained a relationship on and off until her death, with DiMaggio often expressing a deep, protective love for her.
She told friends Joe had beaten her, but she added, not without cause. She told a California court that Joe had tortured her with mental cruelty. She wanted divorce. Joe thought he could stop her, if he could just make her see how sorry he was.
Monroe's final marriage to playwright Arthur Miller in 1956 was also short-lived.
In 1956, the New York playwright Arthur Miller announced that he would marry Marilyn. And she said Miller was the only man she'd ever truly loved.
Initially seeking refuge from the press after a tragic incident, their relationship deteriorated under the pressures of fame and personal struggles. By the time they divorced in 1961, Monroe's quest for genuine connection remained unfulfilled, leaving her legacy intertwined with heartbreak and longing for acceptance.
She was a very, very unhappy girl. She felt that she had come to the end of the road, you see, and she was drinking heavily, and she was also taking upper and downer drugs. She was lost.
Number 15, Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor's beauty and charisma made her irresistible, but her turbulent love life kept her in the headlines constantly. With 8 marriages to 7 men, including 2 to Richard Burton, her romantic life was a roller coaster of passion, jealousy, and public scrutiny.
So long now, you filled my life. Like a great noise that I hear everywhere in my heart.
Her affair with Eddie Fisher, who left Debbie Reynolds for Elizabeth, shocked Hollywood. Was Taylor searching for true love, or was she addicted to the drama? Despite criticism, Elizabeth followed her heart, living life unapologetically. Think this was the peak of romantic chaos? Well, guess what? The next story proves that love and madness often go hand in hand.
Tired of expensive, low-effort script writers for your YouTube channel? Autoscripter.ai is the ultimate solution. Say goodbye to low-quality, poorly retention amateur scripts that fail to generate thousands of views for your channel. At a fraction of the cost, Autoscripter.ai helps your videos go viral. In just 3 steps, Autoscripter.ai creates a polished script tailored to your needs. Just input your title concept, select your tone and style. The intuitive interface makes editing and refining effortless, fast, smart, and trusted by hundreds of satisfied users who have already discovered the amazing tool. Start your free trial today and watch Autoscripter.ai transform your YouTube channel. Just click the link in the video description below now.
Number 14, Hattie McDaniel. Being a groundbreaking African-American actress in the late 1930s and 1940s, breaking barriers while hiding a deep personal side of your life? And that's the epic story of Hattie McDaniel, the first African-American to win an Academy Award.
This is one of the happiest moments of my life, and I want to thank each one of you who had a part in selecting me for one of the awards.
McDaniel's personal life was like a secret movie script, written in love letters and murmured conversations. Her relationship with Ruby Goodwin wasn't just a friendship, it was a profound, close connection that challenged the rigid racial and social boundaries of Hollywood. The Hollywood of her time was like a complicated chess game. Racial lines were hard boundaries, but sexual dynamics? Well, those were a completely different story.
I can't help it. He sent me something too. Mr. Hilton never forgot me, even when he's fighting them devils.
He'll be so happy to hear that you're back on the old job again.
Yes.
McDaniel navigated this world with incredible grace. While she couldn't openly be part of Hollywood's lesbian social circles, her letters to Ruby Goodwin revealed a deep, loving bond. Even Marlene Dietrich called McDaniel a friend, which sparked some spicy rumors about their potential affairs. The TV miniseries Hollywood W even dramatized her rumored relationship with Tallulah Bankhead, showing McDaniel as a mentor who might have had a friends with benefits situation. From calculated romances to wild affairs, the personal lives of these stars reveal a side of Hollywood rarely seen by the public. Behind the glitz and glamour were real people, each navigating the pressures of fame in their own way. Their stories remind us that even the brightest stars can hide the darkest secrets. Number 13, Lily Tomlin. What would you do if a major magazine wanted you to show your personal secret? This was what Lily Tomlin had faced in 1975 when Time magazine offered her a cover story. But here's the twist. She gets the cover story only if she agrees to publicly talk about her sexuality. And you know what she did? Well, she said a big fat no. She wasn't ready to come out, especially because she wanted to protect her mother's feelings and reputation. Tomlin is an incredible comedian and actress with over 67 acting roles, including an Oscar nomination. She's now a pioneer for LGBTQ+ representation in the Hollywood industry, but her journey wasn't really easy. Number 12, Ingrid Bergman. Ingrid Bergman's affair with director Roberto Rossellini shocked conservative 1940s America. Branded an instrument of evil by the U.S. Senate, she literally faced career setbacks and public condemnation.
But I didn't understand that the hatred became so enormously big for a thing that, after all, it was my private life. They had no idea what I had gone through earlier, during, and after my decision to have a child. So therefore, I felt naturally very hurt by it.
Yet Bergman chose love over societal approval, eventually marrying Rossellini. Would Bergman's choices have been so harshly judged today? Her courage to defy norms makes her story one of resilience and personal integrity. Think Ingrid faced the harshest backlash? Well, the next star's independence brought its own set of challenges. Number 11, Joan Blondell. Blondell's 3 marriages and countless affairs made her a tabloid favorite, but she refused to let public opinion control her life.
Because I worked so hard when I first got out there, I didn't have a chance to see many of the pictures I appeared in. I saw about 20 out of the 97. But now and again, when I turn on the thing for the news, I hear a voice that sounds familiar, and I look, and I catch up with my career.
Known for her quick wit and charm, Joan Blondell also balanced a successful career with a colorful personal life. But did her independence inspire future generations of actresses? Well, Blondell's legacy is one of defiance against Hollywood's expectations for sure. But before you think Hollywood could handle bold women, wait until you see how fame led to downfall.
You've got a swell chance to be a big noise around here. We can get Louis off with my idea. But I bet you're afraid.
Number 10, Veronica Lake. Veronica Lake's iconic peekaboo hairstyle made her a star, but her personal life, well, it was far from glamorous. Veronica struggled with alcoholism and failed marriages, and her life became increasingly chaotic as her career declined. Was Lake a victim of Hollywood's obsession with youth and beauty? Well, her story serves as a cautionary tale about the fleeting nature of fame and the personal cost of stardom. Number 9, Vivien Lee. Vivien Lee's relationship with Laurence Olivier was the stuff of Hollywood dreams, but behind the scenes, well, her life was far from perfect. Struggling with bipolar disorder, Lee engaged in impulsive affairs, often during manic episodes. Her beauty and allure captivated many, but her mental illness, well, it made stable relationships difficult. Could Vivien Lee have found happiness in a more understanding era? Well, her tragic story highlights the link between fame, mental health, and personal chaos. And if you think her struggles were unique, well, wait until you meet the next star who defied all expectations. Number 8. Hedy Lamarr. Hedy Lamarr shocked audiences with her nude scenes in the 1933 film Ecstasy, but few knew she was also a scientific genius. Despite co-inventing frequency-hopping technology, her beauty often overshadowed her intellect. Lamarr's 6 marriages and numerous affairs added to her complex image. But how did she balance her 2 identities, the glamorous star and the brilliant inventor?
My wife took her morning show to Silver Springs, Florida, but with characteristic generosity, she left behind one of the most beautiful women in the world to sit next to me, Miss Hedy Lamarr.
Well, Lamarr's story is one of a woman ahead of her time, challenging Hollywood's limited view of what a woman could be. Ready for another scandal? Well, the next tale involves exile and redemption. Number 7, Lupe Velez. Have you ever wondered what happens when passion becomes too intense to control? Well, Lupe Velez, often called the Mexican Spitfire, was a Hollywood actress with a personality as fiery as her works.
I am very sorry all this has happened, Dennis. But this last time is the camel that broke the straw. I cannot bear it any longer. From now on, you're married to your business, and I hope you'll be very happy.
Thank you.
She was known for her passionate relationships and dramatic love life. An actress so passionate that she reportedly once shot at her lover out of pure jealousy. Her life was a roller coaster of intense romances and very high-profile relationships. Lupe was romantically linked with big Hollywood stars like Gary Cooper and Charlie Chaplin. But behind the excitement, Lupe struggled with the pressures of fame and love. Her story tragically ended in 1944, showing how overwhelming life can kind of become when emotions run too high. Number 6, Claudia Cardinale. Have you ever wondered how an actress from a tiny town can become an international sensation? Well, this is exactly the journey of Claudia Cardinale, an Italian actress who made a lasting impression in the 1950s and captured the hearts of movie fans around the world.
Tell Frank I want to negotiate with him. Personally.
Born in 1938 in Italy, Cardinale wasn't just a pretty face in Hollywood. She was a talented actress who brought some impact to every role she played. In the 1960s, all directors, including Vittorio De Sica and Sergio Leone, were lured by her beauty. Her breakthrough came in films like Otto e Mezzo and Sierra una volte il vest, movies that are now considered classics. But her path wasn't always that smooth. Breaking into international cinema wasn't a piece of cake, and she faced sexual criticism from those who were jealous of her rising success. Yet those critics didn't stop her. She shined, proving that her talent had no boundaries. Number 5, Jayne Mansfield. What happens when fame becomes more addictive than anything else? A woman who lived her entire life in the spotlight, using her beauty as both a weapon and a shield, Jayne Mansfield. She was more than just Marilyn Monroe's rival, but she was a force of nature. Known for her sexual figure and personality, she was deeply embedded in the Playboy world. Her marriages broke because of numerous affairs, and her sex appeal was both her greatest asset and her most challenging burden.
You're presented as a symbol of sex appeal. Now, I wonder if you'd care to define that phrase, sex appeal.
Sex appeal is a wonderful, warm, womanly, healthy feeling. If you're a woman, it's womanly. If you're not, it's manly.
Does it come from inside, Miss Mansfield?
It comes only from inside.
Rumors suggested relationships with high-status men, including John F. Kennedy. Jayne Mansfield's entire persona was built around being a sex icon, constantly seeking attention and validation. Her tragic death in a car accident at just 34 years old cut short a life that was as scandalous as it was glamorous. Number 4, Rita Hayworth. What secrets lie behind the smile of a Hollywood goddess, Rita Hayworth? Well, Rita Hayworth was like a pretty puzzle with many hidden pieces. On screen, she was the ultimate glamour girl, famous for her role in Gilda. But what's she like off screen? Well, she was super shy. Can you imagine being known as a confident movie star while feeling nervous inside? Rita had 5 marriages but still struggled to find real love. She often felt that men only saw her as a sex goddess and not being a human being. Her love life was a mix of Hollywood sparkle and deep personal pain. She battled alcoholism and felt used by the entertainment world. Number 3, Mae West. Meet Mae West, the legendary actress and playwright. But how did she become such a groundbreaking figure? In the 1930s, a time when women were expected to be quiet and modest, Mae West was anything but ordinary. She burst onto the scene with her bold personality and sharp wit, becoming popular not only for her performances, but for her sexual relationships as well.
The men of my country go wild about women with yellow hair.
I'm glad you told me. I want to keep straight on my geography.
Her 1933 film, She Done 'Em Wrong, showcased her unique talent and charisma. She wrote her own plays and movies, creating characters that were super strong, independent, and unapologetically themselves. When Mae West passed away in 1980, she left behind a legacy of breaking walls and challenging societal norms.
I wonder what kind of a woman you really are.
Too bad, but I can't give out samples.
Mae West showed the world that women can be powerful, funny, and completely in control of their own stories. Number 2, Greta Garbo. Well, ever met someone so mysterious that people can't stop talking about them? Yes, that mysterious one is Greta Garbo. Born in 1905, Greta Garbo was like a puzzle that nobody could ever completely solve. While other Hollywood stars loved the spotlight, Greta craved privacy. She wasn't just an actress, but was an artist who turned mystery into an art form. Greta loved life and was super intriguing. People would whisper and guess about her relationships, wondering about her connections with co-stars and fellow actors. Was she interested in men? Women? Well, nobody knew for sure, and that's what made her even more fascinating. The movie studio MGM worked hard to keep her image perfect, which meant hiding any personal details that might cause controversy. Number 1, Ingrid Bergman. Ingrid Bergman was a talented actress known for her elegance and on-screen purity. But behind the scenes, she was a woman with wild emotions and courage.
Surprised. I didn't think that I had done anything courageous, that people should admire me for it. But I didn't understand that the hatred became so enormously big for a thing that, after all, it was my private life. They had no idea what I had gone through earlier, during, and after my decision to have a child.
And here comes the twist. In the late 1940s, Bergman made a decision that shocked the American industry. She fell in love with Italian director Roberto Rossellini while already married to a Swedish doctor. Their relationship was more than just a scandalous affair. It was a bold statement about love. When Bergman gave birth to an illegitimate child, the public reaction was super harsh. The U.S. Senate even criticized her, calling her an instrument of evil. But Bergman wasn't discouraged. She believed true love surpassed societal norms and was willing to face tremendous criticism to pursue her heart's desire. Well, that's a wrap, folks. Hope that you enjoyed this. And did your favorite star make it into the list? Or do you have someone else in mind who deserves an honorary mention? Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more jaw-dropping stories from Hollywood's past and present. And if you're itching for more drama, check out our previous video. It's seriously the one you won't want to miss. Until next time, stay curious, stay scandalous, and keep the conversation going.